Welcome to my video on replacing the back tailgate strut and also the tailgate glass struts in a 2006 Citroen C5. So this is what they call the facelift model, the second shape of C5. I'm not sure if the earlier ones are the same or not. So I've already done this, so I can't show you the saggy tailgate, but if you're watching this, you've probably got one and are keen on doing it. Now, when I first realised that this job needed doing, I looked in my Haynes manual for the Citroen C5, and what it said in there is, for replacement of the tailgate struts, please see your Citroen dealer. So that seemed like they just put it in the too hard basket. So I sort of thought, oh Jesus, must be pretty hard to do. So anyway, I looked into it and I went to the Citroen dealer and asked them, and they quoted me $750 odd for parts and labour, which sort of sounded a bit, that's just for the tailgate, not the glass struts, because the glass was all right at that stage. So I ordered the struts from England. I got a few other bits, a fuel filter and a few other bits that I needed at the same time. But the struts cost me about, I think they were about $300 odd for the pair of them, plus the freight that, you know, was shared between a heap of other parts that I got as well. And so then I've sort of been procrastinating about doing it because I wasn't sure how easy it was. There is a description in the British Citroen forum, reasonable, sort of just a written description of doing it. So I kind of read that, and after a period of time I finally got around to doing it, but by that stage the actual struts for the tailgate glass had started sagging as well. So anyway, as you'll see, I got into it. Both types of struts have circlips on the end, and they're quite tricky to get to. You have to sort of really twist around to get to them, like a lot of things in the Citroen. As I sort of squeezed the external circlips trying to get them off, they just stretch so that you can't reuse them. So the first thing you need to do when you're ordering your struts to do this job is also order the new circlips for them as well. Now, when I put this up on YouTube, I'll put all the part numbers that you need to make it easy for you to order parts. Okay, yeah, so then I had to get the clips before I could finish the job. So the job sat there for another couple of months, half finished. I ended up ordering over to England. I ordered the two new tailgate glass struts, and they used the same circlips, so I got 4 new circlips as well. So I was all ready to go. So yeah, so before you start, assuming you're just doing the tailgate, you need to get yourself struts, 2 circlips because they don't come with the struts, and a pair of 90-degree external circlip pliers, and try to get ones with really fine ends. You can get that type that actually have replaceable ends. You get a straight one and a curved one, and they tend to have fat ones and thin ones that all comes in one kit. So they're not that expensive. So I think in retrospect that's probably what I would have got. It would have been probably easier to keep hold of the clips with little fine tips on them. So I'm sorry this isn't a very high quality set of videos, because I'm kind of just pulling my iPhone out and taking a bit of footage while I'm doing the job. But the job's done now. But although it's not fully done, because as you can see I haven't finished putting the trim in, because the 2 clips on here, which I've mentioned as in the video, I put a little bit of footage to show you, I lost them. So just make sure that when you take these off, you either put them somewhere where the clips aren't going to fall off, or pull the clips out and put them in a bag or something so you don't lose them. So I'm going to have to just order these clips before I can finish putting the trim back together. But yeah, the tailgate, everything else is, all the mechanical part is finished now, and I'm very happy with it. So so keep watching, and if you've got to do this job, because you've got a saggy tailgate, I think if you watch my video, it'll give you the confidence to be able to do it quite easily. So I've got it half part apart now, but as I'm putting it back together, I'll show you what needed to be pulled apart. But anyway, this outside one is the tailgate strut, and this one here is the actual window glass strut. Now the way they're affixed is they have this standard little, this is the new one I've already put in, one end. They have the standard little thing that pushes on, has a little clip. You pull the clip out a bit, push it onto the ball joint, and then push the clip over it. So I've put that on. Now inside here, which is a bit difficult because we have to get underneath here. Let's see if you can see. Oh, where is it? Where are we here? There it is there. So that's the other end of the strut. It's not going to focus very well here, but it basically just goes through a hole in the actual steel of the car body, and then it's secured in place. There's no washer or anything. It's just secured in place by a external circlip. So that's my next job. So I'll put that on now. Alright, so now I'm trying to put the one that's in the car, put the circlip on it. However, I couldn't work out why it wouldn't go on, and then I realised that when I put that on there, if you look at that, if it'll focus, the circlip's stretched. It's a shit circlip, and it doesn't click into its slot, so that circlip is buggered. So I'm going to have to get another circlip, but anyway, I'll leave that one as it is till I get a circlip, and I'll start doing the other one. So I'll show you how to get this off. So this one here, I've already taken the clip off here and I've popped it off the little ball joint on this end. Now I have to get in under here and get the circlip off, but I can't film when I'm doing it because you have to be a contortionist to do it in the first place, so I'll just do that. One thing that's worth mentioning if you're doing this job is it really makes it easier if you have a pair of circuit clip pliers with a 90-degree bend. I actually bought these specifically for this job because I read on the net that one thing I've found though is the actual hole, the little diameter of the little tips is actually a little bit big, hardly goes into the circlip hole, so that's why I've actually filed them a bit to make them a little bit smaller. So that's worth knowing. So if you're going to go buy some circlip pliers, see if you can find some that have a really fine little tip on there. Alright, so I'm going to do that now. Right, so I just pulled the old strut out, and that's the new strut I've put in there. In there, if you look in that hole there, you can see the hole in the bodywork at the end. So you just have to twiddle this around and get it to get the end of the strut to go through that hole, which is easier said than done, like most things on a Citroen. I just got a long screwdriver on the other side and sort of lifted it up and twisted it about, and eventually you'll feel it suddenly just go through. So I'll just do that now. Alright, here we are back again. I've managed to finally get the little clips that were damaged. These are the ones I've just taken, the ones off the struts for the glass tailgate, and they bent. They're very hard to get in there, and they actually bent as I opened them up. But I've got 4 new ones, so I've got a new one for every clip, and I've actually decided to actually remove the to replace the glass This is the new one I already replaced, even though I haven't put the front clip on it yet. This is the one for the glass, tailgate glass. Because that's getting a bit weak, while I'm here mucking around doing all this stuff, I decided I'd just replace that as well. So I've ordered them in. So I've got the new ones of those there. So what you have to do with these is, it's a bit hard to do this, I must admit, while I'm holding the camera. You can see there's a clip there, you got to get that in behind there and do that. Now I'm going to put the camera down because I need both hands to do this. Okay, so I just managed to pull that. I haven't pulled it all the way up, but out enough so that it's not impinging in there on the ball, and then I just put the screwdriver behind the ball and just levered it off, so that should come straight out. Just this plastic part here, I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but I'm not sure how that connects. I was hoping I wouldn't have to take that off, but anyway, I'll see how I go. Alright, so I've withdrawn that strut. Let's see, it's got the ball joint on the end with a little thing. You can see the groove. Where are we here? You can see the groove that the circlip goes over. And here's the new ones. Alright, so here's the new one. So before you start, you need to just actually, I think you can actually leave, yeah, these are actually spring loaded, so I think you can actually just click that straight on without actually pulling that off. And then you've got your ball joint on the end there. Yeah, you can see that one, how much worn that one is compared to this one. There's actually a rubber thing in there which is obviously just worn off, that one. So now I'm just going to go and I'll put these in first. So here we go, so we'll put that in there. Now, the tricky thing with these things I discovered with the other ones is actually getting the end in the appropriate hole from back here. So, because the hole's like right at the front. So last time I needed a torch, so I'm just going to turn the camera off, and I'm going to use the phone as a torch. Alright, so I actually ended up pulling this plastic thing off because it was just in the way and being a pain. It made things a lot easier. To do that, you just have to close the tailgate, open the tail glass. There's a little Torx thing that looks like a Torx screw. It's got a Torx head. There's not actually a screw, it's one of those plastic clips, so you just have to put a little bit of pressure behind it with a screwdriver to pull it out a little bit as you unscrew, and then the thing will bite and it will unscrew and then it will just pop off. And what it is, it's actually a protector for this cable here. It's actually got a little bit that actually sticks to the cable. I might put a bit of double-sided tape on it when I put it back together. But anyway, that's the new strut. I've put it in and it just clicks straight. You don't have to pull that clip off to put it on. You just click it straight on. So now I just have to put the clips on the back. Alright, so here's the new clips in their bag. These are genuine Citroen clips. Now I'm sure if you could be bothered, you could actually measure these clips and just get them from an engineering supplier, but I just didn't have time. But one thing you'll notice, there's the new clip, there's the old clip. See how that old clip is just completely bent? They're very soft. I mean, a circlip, you should be able to open it and close it without bending it like that. But they're very hard to get off because you're kind of in there and you're back to front and upside down, and they're only little tiny holes, and as you're trying to open them up, they're tending to slip off like that, off the thing when you're upside down. So when I put them back in, I'm not going to use the circlip pliers because I don't want to wreck the new ones. But you'll notice the design of the end of the, and they're both the same, both the glass and the tailgate. See how there's a taper on there up to where the clip comes. Now what I've done is I've searched around and I've actually found a socket This just happens to be I tested all my metric and imperial, some of them kind of work, but they were loose. But this is the 1/4 inch Whitworth socket, and you can see it's a perfect fit. It's a slide fit, but there's virtually no movement, so that should support that clip all the way up. I'm going to get a little bit of grease in a second. I'm going to put a little bit of grease on the thing, and then I'm going to put the clip on, and I'm going to tap it with my little hammer in upside down up in the roof of the car, and hopefully I'll be able to get the clip to just go down and clip in place. So let's cross our fingers. Alright, so I've got a bit of Teflon containing lubricant, so I'm just going to smear a little bit on my fingers and put it on the ends of these things, and then try to tap them on. Alright, so I'm pleased to announce that actually worked fantastically. Didn't have to hit it very hard at all, just tapped it on, and the split pin gradually parted and slid up the shaft and clicked into its spot. It might be upside down, but hopefully you can see that. There's the two things, they've got their circlips on them. So we'll go on to the next one. Alright, so I'm on the other side now. I've taken the plastic thing off. Actually, on that plastic thing, I'll just point this out to you. There it is there. The cable, it goes in like that, and the cable runs in this groove here, and then on the inside it actually has a thing like that clicks. Might go that way. That clicks in place and holds the cable in place. I think it was lost from the other side. I think I do recall when I was pulling the other side apart, a piece of plastic fell out that I didn't know what it was, so I don't know whether I've got it there. The tabs are probably broken off anyway. But anyway, if we look in here, yeah, you can see the hole in the distance. There's the cables and things in the way, but you see that round hole. So that's where basically you just have to push the new strut in and kind of wiggle it around till it goes into that hole. So I'll do that now. So now that I haven't got the plastic on there, I'll have a go at kind of doing this. And now we've always got to decide whether to go. You don't want to trap the wire. Okay. See, it's a bit tricky. There we go. It just went into the hole. Now, so that wire's a bit trapped. So I'm just going to put the camera down for a minute. There we go. That's better. So yeah, it was just a bit trapped. Now you'll notice here that I can't actually. The strut is sticking out further than where the ball is. So I need to move that slightly now. That's a bit tricky to do with one hand, but basically what you need to do is you need to reach while the tailgate's still kind of open. If you reach up and open the glass like that, and you'll see, okay, you'll see there that the glass is now moving. That little thing's moving, so we can I'm just trying to hold the camera, hold the glass, do everything all at the same time, but when you've got a Citroen you've got to be used to doing that. There we go. I don't know if you saw that, whether I was pointing in the right direction, but there we go, it's on. So that's all you have to do. You see it just clicks on and it can't come off because of that clip, so if you ever want to take them off again you have to actually pull that clip out. So there we go, all 4 struts. I haven't put the circlips, actually I'll put the circlips on before I get too excited, I guess. So I'll just do that now. I'll do the same thing, put some lubrication onto them and tap them on. I've just put the 2 circlips on, so those 2 sets of struts are now complete. So it's just a matter of replacing all the trim. So, oh, that's much better, that. It's perfect. So the way these go on is that sort of spring-loaded clip there actually fits inside the hinge there like that. But I don't want to put this on yet because I have to sort out this putting the little cover on where the wire goes around. So I'll just have to. It's going to be a three-handed job, so I don't think I'll be able to hold the camera. So I'll just do that. All right. So I've put the dust cover on now. This thing here. You can see how it works. It just basically kind of sits there. There's a little bit under at the back, goes underneath that plastic here and here. There's actually some double-sided tape there, which if I was really keen I could put some double-sided tape on there, but oh, actually it's Velcro. I've just noticed it's Velcro that so what I might actually do is I might give that a wipe with some alcohol afterwards and just clean it on both sides and actually get some Araldite and glue that back on, because obviously that Velcro should have actually come off with the thing. So there's a trick for you that I didn't even realise until now. So it's Velcro on both sides. There's the Velcro. So yeah, so you can I'll glue that back onto there. So if you ever need to take it off again, should be able to just undo the Velcro. And then there's just I think 4 or 5 clips just across here that just click out. And that comes off. That's pretty easy to get off. So now I've got to put the head lining back in. In the instructions that I saw, it said to get some double-sided tape to replace this here. When you pull off these corner trim areas at the back of the station wagon, just be careful about these clips. I managed somehow to lose 2 of mine while I was, because I put them away in storage while I got some more parts, and when I went to put them on, the clips had gone missing. So that's what they look like, and they actually just slide in there like that, so they can just fall out. So just be aware when you pull it apart not to lose those clips. Alright, so I've got these side bits pulled out and just got to work out which side's which. You've got 2 metal clips, 2 metal clips in the centre, and then you've got a plastic clip that sort of sticks down, that goes in down the bottom there somewhere, I think. That. So sort of like this. I'm going to put it down. You just need to make sure you line your holes up. I'm going to go ahead now and just put the screws in this one here, and then I'll put the other side in place, and then the job will be done. So I've been procrastinating about this job because I sort of expected it to be really hard. It's got a few tricky bits, but it's not too bad. So if you've got a floppy tailgate, go and get yourself the parts and appropriate tools that I've showed you. Take you probably about an hour and a half, and you'll be able to replace them, and you'll be glad you did. So thanks for watching.